Welcome to our tutorial on Embase, a biomedical literature citation database. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to identify when to use Embase, how to navigate Embase's key search methods, and how to construct basic clinical search strategies. A quick disclaimer: to best understand the topic of this video, it would be best if you've already watched these other tutorials. This video may be a little hard to follow if you don't already understand the basics. They are all only 5 minutes. Embase is a biomedical literature citation database covering drug, disease, and device research. Some key advantages of Embase are its extensive worldwide coverage of the literature, including conference abstracts, and its full-text indexing, making it easier to get the results that you're looking for. Embase would be best for what I call background questions, those broad questions that arise when you need general knowledge. Embase is an excellent resource for conducting literature reviews like your medical scholarship projects, for research into drug and pharmacy topics, or when you need comprehensive international coverage. There are a lot of ways to search Embase. Luckily for you, most use predetermined forms that will guide you through the construction of complex search queries. We're going to focus on the broad search and the Pico search, as well as a new translation feature, but just so you know, the advanced search allows you to add powerful limits at the start of your search, and the medical device, PV Wizard, disease, drug, and citation information forms would be used for more specialized searches. You probably won't use them as often, but if any of those other forms are of interest to you, you can totally ask one of your librarians and we'd be happy to show you how they work. To take us through the database, I think it'll be easiest if we have a specific topic and scenario in mind. So for our example, we're going to compare yoga to a more vigorous exercise and see which has the best potential for lowering the risk of heart attack. And from that scenario, we have our Pico question. And from the Pico question, we pulled out our Pico terms, which we are going to use to build our search in Embase. You get to Embase through the library's homepage under the Medical Databases and E-Resources button, and under E for Embase. And you're going to be brought immediately to its landing page, which offers you the broad search, its basic search feature. And you'll start by simply entering your Pico terms into the search bar. Embase will give suggestions on which terms to use. So for heart attack, as you can see, they want us to use heart infarction. Embase will place the quotes around phrases for you, telling you that quotes go around all phrases all the time. And once you've added all of the Embase suggested terms and your own Pico terms connected with the OR, you're going to want to wrap that section of the search string in parentheses before moving on to the next part of the Pico question. At the end, and then continue for each section of your Pico question. The one disadvantage to Embase, I think, is that you do have to put each section on this one line, which gets hard to navigate depending on how long of a search string you've created. If broad search is used to get you the broadest set of results possible, then all other search types are aimed at gaining greater specificity. And the next search that we're going to look at is the Pico search, which you find up here on the top. And the Pico search form will help you build a search using the Pico question that you've already created. So the first thing to do is change the default search strategy to explosion and major focus, where each of the search terms and all of their related terms are the major focus of the results. Next, start filling in your Pico terms. So for our patient population, we'll start with heart attack. Again, we'll choose heart infarction, and you can see that it has 19 synonyms. And if you click on that tab, the synonyms will appear over here on the right. You can then deselect any that you don't think fits or leave them all to be searched. You're then going to select the title and abstract from this drop-down caret, because that is most likely where those synonyms are likely to appear if they do appear. For the intervention, we chose yoga. Add the synonyms again in the title or abstract. We're comparing it to exercise. And the outcome we were looking for was efficacy. We could also enter a specific study design if we want, but since our results are already down to such a low number, we're not going to in this case, as we might run the risk of losing all of our results. So, show results. I want to briefly bring your attention to the search string that Embase just created for you from that simple form that we filled out. That would be a lot for you to think of and include on your own, and it's not something that's expected of you, but it serves as an example of just how powerful these search forms are. Within the results list itself, each result listed will give you the bibliographic data, tell you where exactly the article came from, and give you links to the abstract, index terms, and the full text. The index terms will help you to quickly narrow down articles that most closely relate to your search. The terms that we entered are going to be highlighted in yellow. Anything that's bold is a major focus of that article, and if you happen to see any green highlights, that's Embase letting you know that they're a result of broader searching for you. You can filter your results further over here on the left and set up an alert or save and send searches, export your results here at the top, although you must set up a personal account beforehand to do any of that. The last thing I want to show you is the query translator. I recommend to anybody who asks that if you're going to search PubMed, then you should also search Embase. And if you're going to search Embase, then I would recommend actually searching PubMed first, building up a search string there where it's a little easier to see. You can then copy and paste that PubMed search string into the PubMed query translator and allow the database to translate the string for you, which basically means taking out the mesh tags and changing to their own Embase tags. You will definitely want to double check the string and make sure that everything that you want included is included, and if they excluded anything, you want to know why. Sometimes terms won't directly translate, but this makes it a lot quicker and easier to search Embase this way. And that is Embase. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to either of the librarians. We are always happy to help and can go into further detail if necessary. Thank you.